Osho. It's 4:33 a.m. in the morning, Central Time. Yeah. Yeah, I had just wanted to say something briefly, I guess you could say, but before I do, because it could be more brief than what I want, I just want to say, if I get cut off, don't think much about it. My camera acts up from time to time, so uh, just a little FYI. Okay, maybe I can get the meat of the matter in before it does. Okay. I'm sitting there and watching, looking through the different videos, and I get to thinking, because like there was one young lady that had a video and everything out and everything, and I kind of watched it just briefly, and then till the first filthy words started coming out of her mouth, it just like turned me off, and I just had to remember back when I was little, times and places and everything, it changes as time goes on, of course. There's some things that are the same but yet different, or if not worse. Yeah, I had a filthy mouth when I was a kid. Boy, if my parents would ever knew I'd used some of those words, they would have killed me dead. But and that's a shame. That is a shame. Then I sit there and I see these kids today, and they're even more filthier and vulgar than what was back when I was a kid. And the thing is, whether then or now, I mean, it should never be, period. It should not have been and should not never be, period. A lot of the youth, they look into the world, into the secular age, and this is what they see. The New Ageism, the symbols, and the little other things that they don't think nothing about, and music, and the fads, and the one message that is so prevalent. And if there's any of you young people out there who's listening who happen to love Jesus but are wrapped up into the world, and you don't understand what's going on, which way's up, which way's down, which way's sideways, or what, understand this. The answer is not out there. Your answer is always through Jesus Christ. And understand this, you can't have Jesus and the world too. You have to make a drawing line, Which side are you on, in other words? You can't be both. You can't straddle it. You can't do the balancing act, It has to be one or the other. And, if you worry about, well, you're going to lose friends or not, then ask yourself, are you worthy to follow Jesus Christ? And this is the same for adults. I mean, all adults. Period. You can't have the world and Jesus Christ too. You can't, because there was someone who once, says, well, hey, Lord, I'll follow you, and he says, look, and I'm just paraphrasing here, but it's in the scriptures, okay? Jesus tells him, says, look, I don't have any place to lay my head. I don't have a roof over my head. I don't even have a comfortable place to lay my head. But if this is what if you want to follow me, you expecting to have it easy, it ain't easy. Okay? Now, another one says, I'll follow you, but let me go bury my dead. And he says, let the dead, spiritual dead, bury the dead, but you follow me. And even Peter, in the last chapter of John, of the Gospel of John, sit there and made a remark to the Lord, saying, Lord, what about this one? And behind him, he was talking about John, the Apostle John. And the Lord says, if he should remain, until I come back, what is that to you? You follow me. See, a lot of times, people, they worry about friends and other things. No. What's that to you? Jesus is what matters. He's the answer. He said, I am the way. Now, either you're going to believe him or you're going to believe the world. You choose to believe the world, you're an enemy of God. Because if you become a friend of the world, you are an enemy of God. The Bible speaks of this in the New Testament. You know, that to be, have friendship with the world is to be an enemy of God. Okay? Fact. And you can't embrace the promises of philosophy and man-made knowledge and science and expect to walk the straight and narrow path to life eternal, which is Jesus Christ. You can't expect to do that. You got to make a choice today, not tomorrow, not next year. Because today is the day of salvation. All right, today is the time that you need to choose which side are you on. Did you even bother to count the cost? And did any of us ever bother to count the cost? This is something you have to ask yourself. These are things you got to look into yourself. And if you don't like the answer, don't come back at me or anyone else and point to, No. If you don't like the answer you get, maybe that means that there's something wrong with you in your life that you need to straighten out, that you need to tend to make a choice. This is something, and it doesn't matter, old or young, no matter who you are. If you are old enough, yet young, but old enough to make decisions, proper decisions, capable of decisions, then you are responsible. And you are responsible, first of all, with your own soul, and you have to make a choice on where you want to go. Now, most people who has enough sense will say heaven, paradise, life. Only a fool would say no. But see, the thing is, people can't differentiate between what is life and what is death. Most will think, well, all roads lead to heaven. No, they don't. They'll say they believe in Jesus Christ, and then they believe that. No, you just called Jesus a liar. You did, because Jesus said he is the way. Anyone else that ever came up before him was a thief and a liar, And he said he is the gate. He is the door. He is the way. He said he is the way. There is no other. And if you try to dance around that, you done already chose. You chose your own way. You are not God, but yet you're making God into your own image. You and I cannot do this, no matter how old we are, who we claim to be. You cannot mold God into your own image. I can't. You can't. Nobody can. But yet there's people who attempt it, and they do a poor job of it. But there's a lot of them are happy with that, because see, that means that they, to their own selves, it means, oh, I don't have to have no consequences. That's like you're found guilty in court, and the judge says you're guilty, and you say, oh, I don't accept that, judge. Sorry, I don't accept it. And then he sentences you. Oh, I'm sorry, I don't accept it. I'm innocent. And you're guilty, but I'm innocent. I'm a good person. I'm a good Joe. I'm a good Jane. Hey, look at me. And you just automatically walk off scot-free? No, it don't work that way. So what are your choices today? Jesus or death? Heaven or hell? Life, death? It's up to you. Jesus, death, the world, or Jesus? Which one? Think about it. Shalom and ha-ho.